Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and we've gathered here, and we're going to be talking about a DreamWorks film, and it's the very first How to Train Your Dragon. Yes. And let's jump in. Let's go to Alex and Susan first, see what their thoughts are.
Yeah, 2010 movie. About a land that was kind of like a cross between Sweden,
Right.
Norway, Finland, and
Yep.
Scotland, to be honest with you, and a fictitious land of dragons. Anyway, a super fun little story. Cool cast. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the first time I saw it a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. I guess it was only like 8 years ago. But
That's a long time ago now.
yeah. Anyway, it's not so long ago, and it was all about this dragon who had a disability, and
Toughness, yeah.
and eventually, his rider
Hiccup.
Hiccup had a disability eventually. So
Yeah, he had his leg.
in that respect, it was empowering and fun. And here's Alex.
Yeah, I heard about this movie. I hadn't watched it. It's good. It has an interesting cast, interesting dilemma there. The father is very overbearing and not listening to the kid, and the kid ends up befriending the dragons and other things. I'd watch the sequel. I don't know about the TV show yet, but I definitely watched the sequel. And it was an interesting cast. I mean, it was interesting voice work as well. So it's pretty similar in the sense that, again, us and them, humans versus dragons. Hiccup decides to befriend a dragon. It also had a lot of great flying sequences as well.
Yeah.
So, it felt like you were either in a plane or in a Star Wars movie or whatever, with all the dipping and spinning and all that stuff. And it was written better than a lot of cartoons in 2010, and it did develop a lot of characters in one movie, so I'll give it credit for that. It was enjoyable. It could have been maybe 15 minutes shorter, but otherwise it was good.
Oh, let's go to Lee.
What would you like to know?
What did you think of How to Train Your Dragon?
I don't know. It's the first time I've seen this, and I've got the DVD. It's the first time I've seen it.
And I bet you've had the DVD since 2010. I guess.
Yeah. So it's a story about Vikings with Scottish accents. I know the Vikings invaded up that end, so I'm assuming, the Scottish accents, because it's the ancestry of that. But Hiccup had an American accent.
But it's a film.
All the kids did.
Yeah, but why?
Because it's a film.
Yeah, but if you're having the Scottish accents in it, you'd assume Hiccup would be a Scottish accent.
Okay, I really wanted to hear one Swedish accent. Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. Why are they talking in Scottish? But then I thought, the Vikings did invade Scotland, so yeah. But yeah, it's a fun movie. I like the way of the Night Fury dragon, Toothless.
Toothless, yeah.
Toothless, sort of designed like a cat. The way it sits, the way its eyes are, the way it played with him. Trying to suss him out when he was trapped in that little lagoon place. And they befriend each other. And it's about the father and the tribe not listening to Hiccup. He's the outcast of the tribe, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
He's one of everybody's.
He's not like the others. Yeah, he's not like the others who are going to be warriors. You know.
But he's the one with the brains. Really, he might be clumsy, but he's got the brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. As I say, I haven't seen the sequels. You said the second one's better than this one, so.
Yeah, the story really develops. Yeah, the story does really move on. It's not one of those film series where the sequels are similar to the first one. It really does develop the story.
The animation in it is brilliant, but there again, it is DreamWorks, so you do get DreamWorks are good at animation. And the voice acting is good in this. You've got Gerard Butler as his father, a Scottish actor, and you've also got Craig Ferguson in this as well, Scottish actor, playing. I can't remember the guy's name. The one who was teaching him how to fight dragons. I can't remember his name now.
Cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and there's so many funny scenes when they're fighting dragons as well, where they're trained. The humour's good in it.
Well, yeah, that's what you get with DreamWorks, and you get humour.
Yeah.
Any DreamWorks animated, the humour's always there. I don't know about this, Alex, with this 15-minute shot. I mean, 15 minutes. It's not. You're not going to miss much if you take 15 minutes off this. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good little tale, and it didn't drag. From beginning to end, I was watching it. I wanted to see what was going on.
It's entertaining, yeah. It keeps you watching, yeah.
The flight scenes when he's learning Toothless to fly with his new adapted tail, and brilliantly done. Also where they discover the Dragon's Island.
Yeah,
done as
big
well.
Dragon, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
And I like seeing the different types of dragons when they tell you about the different types of dragons as well. Like there's a fire dragon, there's one that's all on fire, and there's
one was it avoid or kill it?
Yeah,
everyone.
And of course, nobody had seen a Night Fury. No one knew what a Night Fury looked like, even though it was the most deadly one. But I liked it when they did show you the different types of dragons, and you learned of all these different types of dragons. And actually, this is a series of children's books, which are very, very popular. And it's still going today as a series of children's books.
So that's why the story moved on.
Yeah, because it's already a book series. Yeah. And that's still continuing, but the films have now finished. There's 3 films. I've only watched number 1 and number 2. I've seen this one so many times, and I love this series of films, even though I haven't seen the 3rd one. And I love this film. I think it's almost the perfect animated film, really, and it's DreamWorks really at their best. I love the interaction of Hiccup and Toothless. I think they have you really believe their friendship. And they don't just gain it like that. They're not just friends straight away and that's it. They do develop as a team, and in the end they win the day against the big dragon. And
sort of like Black Stallion, only with dragons.
And I love how they've animated Toothless as well. As in, like Lee said, he's just a cat. He's got all the mannerisms of a pussycat. And that makes him relatable. Considering I've got a cat. And it just makes Toothless more relatable.
I guess there's a TV show now?
Yeah, it's a TV show, yeah. But the films are finished. For now, I think. They've said they're not doing another one. The woman I think it's a woman director who's done all 3. And she said that she definitely won't do a 4th one. But yeah, there's so many good scenes in this. and the humor throughout it is absolutely spot on. It's not cheap humor, you know, like some of these animation films you watch and you just feel like, oh, it's cheap. Like, say, watching the Emoji Movie or something like that, and it's just fart jokes or something like that, you know, and it's really cheap humor and it's product placement. There's no product placement in this. There's no jokes on Candy Crush or anything like that.
That's been universally panned, though. I mean Patrick Stewart is playing Pooh in that, so that's not exactly a fair assessment. If you're talking about maybe, I don't want to go way off the track here, but I mean there is a difference between Toy Story and Captain Underpants and Cars and you know, the Emoji. I mean, the Emoji Movie was really silly from beginning to end, and it wasn't even the good silly. It was just like, oh, the internet's taken over everybody's, you know, brain, as opposed to Wreck-It Ralph or some other movie.
Yeah, that one's good. I like
that is more intelligent than the Emoji Movie.
But the animation in this is fantastic, even to this day. I mean, it's still very good. I mean, like the guys here have said about the flying sequences, they're just so well done. And I like how Toothless and Hiccup have to work together. You know, they have to, Toothless can only fly with Hiccup. Because obviously Toothless loses one of his back fins and then Hiccup fixes it for him. And then they fly. And those scenes are amazing. And I think the whole cast is good. You know, the father's good in it. I mean, he's your typical father, really. You know, thinks he knows best, etc. You know, and of course, Hiccup is not the son, you know, that he would have wanted him to be, really. You know, he wanted him to be brave and to be a warrior and to fight dragons, where Hiccup wasn't like that. Hiccup wanted to get on with the dragons. I mean, that's what he does. Yeah, so I really love this film. I love the whole franchise. I hope they make a fourth one. I haven't watched the third one yet, but I want to. Let's go to favorite moments. Let's go to Lee.
You've always said about the training of the dragon, and each type of dragon has a different
attack.
Yeah, they were good, where you know the kids really didn't know what was happening. And the chase scene in that, like the maze, what they were training him in with that dragon, that was really well done. When in the end all the walls fall down.
And when he learns to control them as well, like he learns to like they're all using weapons, and then he works out he can just put his hand out or something, and he's stroking them and
tickle them under the chin.
And they just completely change, don't they, from angry just to like puppies.
I think for me, it is when he's discovering and sort of getting to know Toothless, when he's trapped. You know, he brings him the fish.
Yeah.
So Toothless eats the fish, then spits some out for him to eat.
He has to pretend to enjoy it.
Those little scenes are just sweet little scenes, but funny as well. And it's the connection they're making. It's brilliant, and it's an animated movie. You can see the connection happening. So it's brilliant. And also the scenes with the giant dragon, the mother dragon, whatever she's called. That's amazingly done.
You wait till you see number 2. If you think this was amazing, you wait till you see number 2.
Yeah. I mean, the battle with the mother dragon and Toothless and the Hiccup in the clouds, it's just so well done.
Yeah, no, that was good with the flashing. Yeah.
With
the silhouettes. Yeah.
To be honest, there's no bad points in this movie for me.
No, I agree.
No, that's my say for now.
Let's go to Alex and Susan for favourite moments.
Well, let's see. I enjoyed the the training session in the little Coliseum. All those little Coliseum things. Those are kind of interesting and fun. The different characters, and David Tennant plays one of the little squatty guy with the black hair. So that was fun, and it was good to hear Craig Ferguson's voice. You know, he needs to do more stuff. He did that TV show in America, and I got to liking hearing his voice, and he just needs to do more stuff.
And also he was in a band, wasn't he?
Yeah, with another fellow that I mentioned in the last cast a lot, Peter Capaldi. He was in a band called Dream Boys, and I think that had more to do with heroin than, you know, because it was a punk band anyway. So anyway, that was I don't know. So I enjoyed those parts of the story as well as what you fellas have mentioned now.
And I hate it when Toothless goes to save Hiccup and he gets caught.
No.
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, this movie's, you know, you think it's going to be very similar, and it isn't. And it's very smart. And I like the fact that they do have character development.
Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah.
Just, it also shows an interest not only to think different, and they bring that up, of course, but the fact that Hiccup does have a strategy, and it works, and even though I was having a little trouble believing that now a society or a village that used to hate dragons is now loving dragons, I still like the movie a lot. And like I said, it's smarter than the usual, and it's visually very appealing and all that. So, I mean, it's not your typical run-of-the-mill, cheap jokes, bathroom humor, no development, no reasosoning. It's very intelligent, which is good. That it's
And the second one is the same. The second one continues that even more.
Right. So, yeah. So, I mean, again, it's good that this is in the top 10 of intelligent kids movies with dialogue, with characters, with great flying scenes, with a great cast, and it's intelligent, and there's development. So I would have only changed like maybe 2 things in the movie, but otherwise I liked it a lot, and I was impressed. And it's not the cheap stuff of Cars or the cheap stuff of the Emoji Movie. It's much brighter, much more intelligent than that.
And you can see why it got a sequel as well. Budget of $165 million. And the box office, it just got short of $500 million.
Yeah.
The sequel raked in about $600 and something million, and the third one got $500 something million. So they are making the money. So you never know, there might be a 4th installment. You never know.
I don't know, because she seems pretty adamant on not doing another one, because she says like story's finished.
Cross her palm with silver. You never know.
Well, again,
money talk.
Has anybody seen the television show to compare?
No, I haven't.
No.
And I mean, again, I know that I harp on this, but not every movie has to be $400 million to make and such. I mean, it's a good movie. We mentioned what the good parts are. You can watch it if you want to, and it shouldn't have to be $600 million.
No, it didn't cost $600 million.
Yeah, I said it shouldn't have to be, is what I'm saying. So I know it wasn't, but I'm just saying you can make good, intelligent movies that aren't like, you know, $1 billion to make. Yeah. And you can also enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's just, they need to, you know, they need to be intelligent and flexible and fun. And that's what this movie, you know, was. And like I said, you know, there's other ones that are good, but it's definitely better than the other ones we kind of criticized that are not as modern or too modern, and this one isn't. But it's a good story. So
what would you give it out of 10 then, Alex?
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good, yeah, Susan.
And I'd be willing to watch the sequel as well.
You'll like the sequel.
That's high praise.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll give this an 8.5. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. It literally sped along so fast, and I can see that Lee's little dragon there is in his arms again. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. 8.5.
Yep. Let's go to Lee and his little dragon.
Little dragon. Yeah, she's come back to me for now.
You're keeping her held in place, I see.
I am holding her, because she's
not looking at the camera.
I know. Sorry.
Give us. She doesn't look too happy.
No.
No, she doesn't look too happy.
I'll give this 8.5 as well. I enjoyed it. There's nothing I can say anything bad against it, but I'm just hoping, as you say, the sequel's better. This is why this is getting an 8.5.
Yeah, the sequel is better, but it doesn't matter because I think this is the perfect first film. Because the sequel should always hopefully be better. I think because the sequel should improve on the story, on the characters, etc. And the sequel is a perfect sequel. The sequel I would definitely give a 10. And I would also give this a 10 because I believe this is the perfect introduction, which is what this is. This is an introduction to this world, and it really starts developing it, and then it starts paying off in the sequel. But that means this is the perfect first film because it doesn't overdo it, and it also doesn't, it also explains enough to you of this world as well to then add more later on and develop the characters later on, and it's a perfect introduction to their friendship, the world of the dragons and the Vikings, and it's so well written. It is genuinely well written, and it's really well paced, and it's funny as well. I mean, there's a lot of good humor in this that is actually genuinely funny. Like, I can laugh a good few times in this film, like a proper laugh. And I don't think any of the humor feels forced either. It doesn't feel like, it's not like poo jokes or, some cheap, they just feel well earned, if you know what I mean. And I feel like they fit within the story. They're not just pulled out of nowhere.
Okay, yeah. So let me ask you a question here. We have mentioned the Emoji Movie, unfortunately. Has anyone seen?
You keep bringing it up.
Boss Baby or any of the other movies that the studios?
No. I'm not watching stuff like that.
Don't you like animation, Alex?
Yeah, but good animation like this, because animation can be the best. Animation can be some of the best films you'll ever see. And I think this is a great example of really great animation and a really great animated story. And the animation in this is superb animation. This really is. I know you can watch the second one, and the second one's got better animation in it, but that's because as time goes on, they get better at animation. They get
the technology improves.
Yeah, better technology, but this still looks extraordinary. You can still watch this and think, "Wow, this is a new film today." You think it just came out yesterday. It looks so good. Yeah, and like I said, I love seeing all the dragons, and you see more dragons in the sequel. So yeah, it's great. I'm gonna give it a 10. So, yep, that's it. Well, if you've seen How to Train Your Dragon, tell us below in the comments. Also, give this video a like, and subscribe to the channel for more podcasts like this. And thank you everybody here for joining me. Thank you for watching. Look after yourself. Take care. We'll see you next time.